So welcome to our second video about my research project where we look at data mining and natural language processing. In the previous video we looked at sentiment analysis, and that's quite a simple method where we can analyse large bodies of text generated by students to see if they view your lessons in a positive or negative way. So this obviously is quite a simple tool, so sometimes it can be very useful to actually try to understand the emotions that students are expressing in our lessons. So for this we used a special plugin in Orange data mining software suite, and there that is focused on analysing the emotions that Twitter users express. So a word of caution or warning about this: when you start analysing your text, bear in mind that this is for analysing Twitter feeds. It's not an education context. So what we'd like to do in the future is actually develop our own data mining software with an education focus. But nevertheless, it can be useful to help us understand what's going on in our lessons. So there are two methods of actually analysing and identifying emotions, and this video will concentrate on the plutchik method. So the plutchik method uses an emotional wheel that identifies 8 key fundamental emotions. They are anger, disgust, fear, sadness, anticipation, joy, surprise, and trust. And what the app will do in this case is that they will analyse your text that the student has created for you to identify what are the key emotions. So you can see in this example, the key emotion that students have identified here according to that is joy. There's also a significant number of students that identified sadness, and we need to understand what is going on here. So quite often students will, when they're expressing sadness, which is picked up by the app, what they'll actually be talking about are the issues that you're dealing with. So if you're dealing in your lessons, for example, with environmental damage, and they talk about their views on environmental damage, the app will pick this up as sadness. So this is sadness in relation to the subject matter that you're dealing with, i.e. the student is sad that the environment is being damaged. Also, sadness can come through if a student is analysing what they are doing and making constructive suggestions for improvement. Students, if you build up a good relationship with them, will have express opinions about how what they do in the lesson can be improved, but also what you do in the lesson as a teacher can be improved. Last of all, the emotion that's been identified here is that of trust, and that's where that's, I think, comparatively good way of identifying those aspects of a lesson that a student like, but also they feel contributes towards them feeling comfortable. So this can give us a good quick snapshot of what's going on. We would like to develop this further by having our own app which is focused on an educational context, and we'd also like to have a way of tracking these changes in emotions over time throughout the year, or as a result of an intervention that you put into place. The next video will look at another form of emotional analysis, and that's using the Ackman principles.